Georgette, how are you? It's good
Hi,
to see
Paul.
you.
Good to see you.
Hey, thanks for hopping on this call. I know when I'm talking with organizations, and I know when you are these days, there's a lot of questions going on around what should we be doing about our people right now? And is now a good time to be thinking about and or investing in the development of our people? And I guess I'd love your take on that because it's a question in a lot of leaders' minds these days. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's interesting with everything that's going on in the world. I think people tend to think about the shrinking markets and the impact on their bottom line. But I would say any great organization is always thinking about the four P's, right? This is purpose, profit, planet, and their people. And people actually drive all the other things. So people drive your profit margins at the end of the day. Good employees get that done. They are the reflection of your purpose, and they drive the purpose of the organization. And if you're an organization that cares about the planet, it's really people that are making sure that you're minimizing the footprint that you have. So this is actually the best time to invest in people, because I think about where we are going to be post-COVID. And if you're not, as an organization, investing in the talent that you have and the stars that you have and helping them get through and mitigate some of these challenging times in their arc of change, of growth that happens during some of the most difficult times, and this is probably going to be it for many companies and for some of the people in this generation.
For sure.
This is the best time to be investing in how to help people cope through this, how to hone their leadership skills, how to hone their various communication abilities. I mean, you and I talked about communication at another point, and I think all of these things are part of leadership and leadership development. So if you don't invest now, those people are going to be the people, in my mind, that are going to help you not only through this crisis, but also post the crisis to get your bottom line to go back up again. And I think that's why it's important. The other thing I would say is this pandemic really has no barriers. It's a global pandemic. So when you think about the diversity and inclusion lens, you need to be thinking about the importance of including everybody, because this is affecting people of all genders, of all races, of all ethnicities. It knows no border and it knows no class. So I think for that reason, I think it is really important to be thinking about investing in leadership development, talent management, and then how you do that and how you do that well, and building the capacity within people during this very difficult time. I think actually the investment in leadership development will help people cope better to get you through this and post this.
Do you have any closing thoughts for the folks that would be maybe wanting to ask for training or anything along those lines?
I think so. I would say yes. I think it's important to stay in touch with people like yourself and myself, because we've done a lot of work in this space, a lot of research in this space, so we can tell you what best practice is. I think there's also opportunities to think about what you can afford. But I think there's a lot of people that are working in this space that are happy to work with organizations, because at the end of the day, we want what's best for not only the companies, but the people. This is the future of our country. So if you don't invest in the well-being of people, not just mentally the well-being, but also their development and how they're coping with things. And I think the leadership skills that we talk about are the skills that actually develop strong leaders. And again, as you said, it's not necessarily the top people. The top people are fantastic, but I think you have to be thinking about your pipeline. I think you have to be thinking about succession planning. I think you have to be thinking about just the outcomes of the people that are on the front lines, and then how you're developing them. Because we know this is not going to be the only pandemic. I mean, we know this may happen again in the future. And so I think getting them ready is important. And talking to people like us can help them navigate that.
Wow. Georgette, I know you've got a lot on the go. Thanks
Yeah.
so much for coming in on the call here, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.